Hey there, thanks for tuning in, listening to our stories. My name is Amy Hartle, and I am a level 2 leader. And the title of my story is If You Want to Hear God Laugh, Make a Plan, aka Why Everybody Needs a Plan B. So, a quick bit of background on me. I am originally from Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., and I moved here with my husband 3 years ago. Here is Buffalo, New York, and I am a massage therapist. Before we moved to Buffalo, I was a practicing massage therapist, self employed, and worked with a variety of clientele. Did a lot with actually oncology massage and working with those in hospital situations, as well as kind of general massage therapy needs. When we moved to New York State, I knew that I would probably have to do a little bit extra to get licensed because every state is a little bit different. I didn't know quite how much I would have to do. So while I planned to move here and, take an exam and jump right back in, God chuckled a bit and said, "Oh, no, no, let's make this a little more challenging." So I found out that I needed to go back to school for a full year, which meant that I had to go back into an office job in order to pay for that year of school. And while I was very grateful for that job, part of the time that I was there, I was really quite miserable. I hated it a lot. But, I did what I had to do to get through. And when I was first approached about this opportunity, I was in the middle of all that. So I was working full time in a job that I hated, 40 hours a week. I was in school 4 nights a week after that job, still trying to acclimate to a new city. And, basically I just thought, this isn't for me. I don't have the time. I'm grumpy about all the stuff I have to do, and turned my nose up at it, and basically tried to hide under the covers so that I wouldn't be found. But as time went on and I started kind of getting dribs and drabs of more information about it, and little things were starting to kind of get through my pity party of self-absorption, I started to kind of, it piqued my interest a little bit. And it also started to make me realize that this opportunity actually could be exactly for me. Because as I was getting nearer to being ready to get back into massage therapy, I realized that I didn't have enough time to be able to see the amount of clients that I wanted to see in order to earn the income I needed to earn. So I was kind of stuck in this position of, I needed the money that I was earning from my day job, but in order to get back to doing what I loved, I needed more time in order to earn the money that would allow me to, so there you go. And so that is when I actually started to take a closer look at this business model and think, well, wait a minute. Here's an opportunity where I don't need to be chained to a desk. I don't need to be chained to someone else's time schedule. I can work it in, how and when it works for me, and I can run it the way I want. Technically, I'm autonomous, I'm self-employed, but there's this whole support from the corporate entity, from our teams, and it really just started to make me realize that this would be the perfect vehicle to hopefully get me where I wanted to be. So while it seemed a little bit crazy to take on one more thing, because now I'm working full time, finishing up school, and getting ready to also start seeing clients, I knew that by adding something in, it was ultimately going to be a step to freedom. So I made a plan. I joined this business in February of 2016, and my plan was to quit my day job by the end of the year, by the end of December, so that I could get back to massage therapy full time starting in January. And that is exactly what I did. I started in February. I earned my first promotion in March. I started building a great customer base. I started building a team over the summer and fall. And my husband and I looked at our income, and he said, okay, because of this extra business, you can go ahead and we know there's enough money coming in to help supplement your, once you get going with massage. So I quit my day job, walked away, pieced out at the end of the year, which was awesome, and launched into 2017 with a plan. I started building up a massage clientele. I rented a studio space within a brand new wellness center, and it was all going exactly like it was supposed to. And then God laughed. Not only did he chuckle, he laughed big and loud, cackled, as a matter of fact. because what my husband and I didn't plan on when I went back to being a self-employed massage therapist was that I would receive a breast cancer diagnosis in April of this year. So just few months ago. And it was really scary. And, there was a lot to figure out. And of course, one of the things that hit me smack in the face was, if I don't work, I don't earn. As a self-employed massage therapist, that's the way it goes. But then all of a sudden there was this silver lining, there was this shining light, and it was my side business that, wait a minute, I don't have to be physically working in order to be earning because of our business model. And so while my husband and I were figuring out what kind of surgery I was going to have, what kind of treatment I might need to go through, what was going to happen to us, how are we going to deal with this, how are we going to tell our family, how are we going to tell our friends, what I didn't have to figure out was, how am I going to continue to contribute to our living expenses the way I always do? Because I knew I could look at my business, I could look at my team, I could look at my customer base and know that the money was going to be there, regardless of me being out of my plan A for 6 to 8 weeks. So I am now in week 4 of my recovery. I had a double mastectomy with immediate reconstruction. We are actually still waiting to find out if I might have to go through chemotherapy. So I have another 2 to 4 weeks before I'm probably, hopefully, able to get back to starting to do some massage and see some clients again. But there's still a good chance that, if I go through chemo, I may not be at the capacity I want to be. I'm going to have down days, or I'm going to have cycles where I'm not feeling so great, or, I'm sick from the treatment. And I know that this business is going to be there for me. The other amazing thing about a business like this is not only the income I've been able to earn, but the unending amount of support that I have received from my team. Those on my immediate team, those in my expanded team, people I haven't actually even physically met in person. But because of the camaraderie we share and the support that we give each other, the messages, the gifts, the cards, the calls, the videos, hashtag new boobs, you name it, the laughs, was something that helped make this so much easier than it might otherwise have been. And I am beyond blessed to have had this opportunity see me through something that is challenging in a way that you never expect something to hit you in the face like this. And yet, again, to have one piece of it not be a challenge, to have one piece of it make everything else a little bit easier, was something that is just very eye-opening and made me realize that we're all going to make plans, and sometimes they are going to work out, but then there's going to be those times that major life events happen and God's going to laugh, and the joke isn't always funny. So, everybody needs a plan B, and I would really encourage you to, while I would never wish this on anyone or any hardship through life, I encourage you to look at your own life and think about, what would happen if I got sick? What would happen if I lost my job? What would happen if I couldn't work or my spouse couldn't work? Where is that money going to come in from? Because this is an opportunity that, if you are willing to give it a try and be coachable and, try new things, step out of your comfort zone and work it, this business will be there for you. These people will be there for you, and the income will be there for you. So I appreciate you listening to my story. I appreciate everyone out there that has supported me so strongly and so genuinely through this. And I am just so grateful that I get to keep on trucking no matter what, because of this business. So I wish you all well, and I certainly hope to see you join us at some point. Thanks.